like to introduce my first guest today, Dr. Kathy Suber. She's the owner of Advanced Health of Naperville and Naperville Moms Network. Welcome, Kathy.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We're thrilled to have you today. Tell me a little bit about Advanced Health and what makes your chiropractic business unique.
Well, I was actually a springboard diver when I was younger, hurt my back really badly, and went for about a year and a half and did all types of pain pills and muscle relaxers and even some physical therapy with really no relief, and found chiropractic to be the thing that helped the most. Quickly I decided this is what I wanted to do, to help people. So I think I have a passion for chiropractic because I was one of those patients that really thought my life was almost over and I was going to be slightly debilitated, and it made such a big difference in my own life. I came to Naperville in 1999, been in practice here for a little over 15 years. That goes by so fast. I have 6 massage therapists on staff, clinic director, Dr. Jake Brown, office manager, Allison, and an acupuncturist that practices out of my office as well. I think what makes us different is a little bit more of the relaxed atmosphere when you come in. We kind of want it to be like you're walking into your home. We're very upbeat and we laugh a lot. And each patient, we look to make sure that our treatment for them is specific to them. Some people need an adjustment once a year because they tweak themselves. Some people need a full-blown treatment plan. And I think that that's very important, and it's just not a one treatment plan for everyone. And that makes us very unique, I think. Also, I know that our community involvement has been something that I started day one. I walked into the Chamber of Commerce, I signed the paperwork to buy the practice, and literally left there and went right to the Chamber office. I watched my dad grow his financial practice through community involvement, so I knew how important that was, and I've just never looked back. I've been on the board of directors and had the opportunity to be the chairman of the board about a year ago, and it was hands down one of the best experiences I've ever had. I learned so much, and there's times you'll come into my practice and there'll be 5 people from the chamber there, and they're like, "Are we having a meeting? What's going on?" Right. So I do it to give back to the community, but obviously the benefit is people get to know you, get to trust you, and when they do something or they know they need a chiropractor, I happen to be one of the people that they think of.
That's wonderful, and I agree with that. And in that, I know that recently you took over Naperville Moms Network, which talk about being involved in the community. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. About 5 years ago, Kelly Thompson, who was working for me part-time, came to me and said, "I have this idea. I keep dreaming about starting this moms network, almost like a Facebook page, but for local moms." I said, "Well, that's awesome. How about I be a sponsor? Because that's our target demographic, is really moms for our practice." She started this website, and within about a month, she had 100 members. Within a year and a half, she had 1,000 local mom members. And I think she just hit the nail on the head of a need in the community of moms really needing to connect with one another. Sadly, she got transferred to Austin, Texas with her husband's job, and came to me and said, "There's just no one else that knows the membership base, knows the community, and knows the website as well as you do, and I really know I can't run this from Austin." So that was actually 3.5 years ago I've been running it.
Wow.
We are close to hitting 3,600 local mom members. We do luncheons and girls' night outs and play dates, and there's an online forum, which is the largest part of our online website, where moms can go and ask questions about where's a good pediatrician, I'm looking for a babysitter. So it's really become a one-stop resource for the local mom, and you don't have to be in Naperville to enjoy it. We're actually working on plans to expand it, and the first expansion will be around the cities that are around Naperville, and creating mom coordinators that will then run a luncheon, a play date, and a girls' night out once a month, so that the Oswego moms can have a little more local base. And then quarterly, we would have a larger territory event where all people would come together. So
That's
really excited about that.
That's wonderful. And I'm sure you've gotten so much positive feedback from that. And do you feel like it kind of feeds into Advanced Health as well? They kind of feed each other, right?
Yeah, it's funny. It's not a coincidence that all of a sudden we have a lot of pregnant patients. So it's actually helped me change my business model of the practice, where maternity care has become an overwhelmingly large part of the practice, as well as pediatric care. And I'm actually going to be starting on a series to become a diplomat in the pediatric chiropractic world, where you take very specific extra seminars to make sure that you are on top of all the pediatric chiropractic world, as well as maternity care. And a lot of people don't understand you can get adjusted when you're pregnant. We have people come in with horrific sciatica that after 2 visits, it's almost gone.
Yeah.
That doesn't always happen, but it's something that's very safe, and I love. My favorite types of patients are ones carrying little ones inside of them.
Well, I just read recently, because you're amazing on Facebook, whether it's Advanced Health or Naperville Moms Network, and you shared a story about one of your patients. Could you?
Yeah. It was something as this patient walked out the office, all of us were almost choked up in tears. He had hurt himself. He had gotten, a horse had reared up and thrown him down on the ground. And for 3.5 months, he was just in debilitating pain. He couldn't work. He had gone through different channels of MDs and orthopedics and spine specialists and physical therapy and pain pills. And as he's talking, it was the first case that really reminded me of my own. And I also clarified on Facebook that I'm not saying that those professions or those doctors don't help many, many people, but everyone has to be their own patient advocate and find what works for them. And so he came in just in horrific pain. He's 21. You could just see he's just frustrated and feels like, oh my goodness, I'm never going to be able to do my job again, which is a very physical job. So I explain what I think is going on, and I adjust him, and he stands up and he's like, oh my God, I can stand up straight. I can sit down. He's like, he just couldn't believe it. And by the time he had left after having some other therapies and massage, he said, I can't believe this. I have no pain. I have no numbness in my leg. I can sit, I can stand. He's like, I feel like myself again. He's like, I'm so happy I could cry. And he came in, I saw him for the second visit, and he was still about 90% improved. And he's like, he was like, I can't thank you enough. I can't imagine what I would have done had I not found you and given chiropractic a try.
That's awesome.
So it was really great.
Well, I know you're making difference in the lives not only of your patients, but through Naperville Moms Network, and of course all of your volunteer work in the community. So Dr. Kathy, we thank you, and we thank you for being with us today.
Thanks so much.
And we'll be right back.